Folks, it's happening. We're here, we're now, but it's not live yet, but very soon. We're doing our ESEA Season 31 continued coverage. We've got Edhead versus Not Interested. My name is Ro. I'm here with FrickMyNick, and we've got Looster the camera guy rocking it out for us tonight, and we're going to be going soon on this goalie wash match, which was originally scheduled for yesterday, but got moved to today, and we're here now, and we're ready.
Yeah, so we finally get the Not Interested versus Edhead matchup. So I'm pretty excited to see this match. I mean, Edhead is there's some up and comers. I think a couple of these players have been looking to get an invite for a while, and they're finally getting to play some of the big dogs. They're going to play Not Interested tonight, who are a bunch of old veterans that really haven't had a lot of success this season, despite the big names they have on their team.
Yeah, and that's really unsettling for me because you'd think any team with Corsa would like just instantly have everything set for them. They've got Ash, they've got Ninja Nick, the seasoned medic, and then Patty, the alleged Banny killer, all working together with a little bit of help from Stock and Kryptonite. And yet, their season does not reflect their on paper potential.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think most of the people had a lot higher hopes for the boys 1989 this season, but I think they've been on a kind of redemption arc. I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that they haven't really stuck with one particular roster. Patty's been on and off Scout, and they've had Ash on and off Soldier. They've been switching quite a bit, and then they also had Kryptonite as like a roamer at one point, and then he was pocketing. I think they finally kind of settled on a roster for a long period of time with Patty on Soldier, on roamer, and then Kryptonite on pocket. And we are going to be going live.
Yeah, and on the Edhead squad, we've got Digi with Ed himself, also known as KJ Quad, Rocket Wizard aka KTB, Pipe Genie aka Vati, Dagger playing Medic today, and Ghostak, not AC, rounding off that roster.
We are going to be going live really quickly on this first roll. Who are the players to watch this match, Ro?
I got to give it to the Demo Man because, one, Stock is a legendary name. It's got that simple one-syllable play, and that's how it works out. But Patty going to get taken down in the drop-down as you try to make something happen. Rocket Wizard was keeping a tight rein on that entrance. Now the scouts, though, from the 1989 squad are doing everything they can to stop these soldiers. A nice bomb comes out, but good dancing from Ninja Nick will keep him safe. Ghostak, the only player left alive, is going to try and find his way through. He's actually found the perfect opportunity! He's got it! He did it! He got pulled off and disconnected, and Ninja Nick was all alone. That was unreal. What a misplay and such a late medic death.
Yeah, I would say 1989 kind of had the problem of, hey, I'm sticking off in big door, so they never left their big door, and Stock was able to pick Dagger while he tried to cross up, and Patty was able to trade with Body early, so they were able to win out that mid-fight, but it looks like with the very late death of Ninja Nick, it looks like, and the very late death of Kryptonite now, it looks like 1989 should be fearing for their hold on mid, and it looks like Edhead's going to be trying to push in here shortly.
A couple of options here. Ash actually managed to sneak behind, so this could come into play. The aggression is happening at the choke a little bit there. They're wrapping around. I'm not sure if they are aware that Ash is up, and he could go for a play now once he knows it's in the big door. They're making their way through. Ed is leading the charge here. Going to be moving up with a little bullet bomb from Digi. He's trying to wrap and catch up the players through the drop down, but he's a little bit late. Not even going to be able to pick off Kryptonite because it's Pipe Genie doing all the work here. Getting a nice little juggle onto Corsa, who's going to be wrapping back in. The play is happening on second with a little help from Patty, who's coming in. Ash was able to take down KJ Quad and work on this cap time, but it's not going to work out for them because the nipple has been captured by Edhead. But they've got this awkward rock and a hard play situation going on where there's a player in big door on Vati, who's down to 6 HP, going to go down to Corsa, shooting from long range on the point. It's one last ditch effort from the Digi bomb, and he's going to be sent back to the respawn.
Yeah, good play coming out of Not Interested. They did a really good job of just wrapping their flank around and finding picks, and they didn't have to use the Uber to take back mid on the leap. We're going to see a really high bomb out of KTB. He's going to be looking for a force round and Ninja. The first rocket, he's not able to live to shoot the second rocket. No chance at a frag move there, and it looks like 1989 is going to roll this forward with their 2 picks on Ghostak and KTB.
But Uber is very close on Dagger. He's going to get it for sure if they can just hold out a little bit longer. He's inside the spawn with KJ Quad. They're going to lose Vati, which is going to be a very detrimental fall to this last hold. However, they've got the Uber off. They've tried to pick up some players. An exchange happens on the balcony, which is not what they want because now Ash is on the point, getting a lot of time on it. Stock is throwing stickies at their feet. The wraparound spawn is coming up. It's Vati who's throwing a sticky onto course, takes him down. A little bit of pressure onto Stock. He's going to push him out through the river, and there's no hope for this push. It looks like they're going to have to back out here. Even with all that cap time, they have no one in position to go for a back cap, and it looks like Edhead are making their way through, finding the place to get a hold of the second point. And Vati putting a lot of pressure at this big door. Running out of ammo, though. It won't be too long before they get pressured here because it looks like they want to commit to it. And with Patty around the corner, it's going to be an easy pickoff here. He walks right into the face of Vati, takes him down with 2 easy rockets, and Digi's going to go right in line with that. Not looking good for Edhead.
Yeah, and Kryptonite up top's cutting off their exit up top, so everybody from Edhead is actually stuck in. Dagger's not going to get his Uber right before Ninja Nick does. Ninja Nick's at 95%. He doesn't quite have it yet. He's going to get his Uber in lobby, and this is going to be both the scouts here taking the Uber, both of the scouts and Medic on Edhead. We're going to get caught in here. Kryptonite dies. Ghostak's able to find that one, but Dagger and Ghostak are going to die. It looks like Ed managed to wake his way out in the chaos of all that, but 1989 is going to get the point here, and Dagger's still dead, and Ninja Nick's going to be building up a pretty large Uber out here.
Yeah. Not Interested came here to party like it's 1989, and they've lost in their excitement. They've lost the scout who rushed into the sticky traps of Vati, who again is just keeping up the pressure. He is doing the right things at the right time, getting the right picks, and he's just showing that consistency. These demo men are definitely going to be stepping it up as this match continues. We've got KJ Quad on the heavy, playing that lone walking sentry right next to a similar sentry hiding behind this pillar for a little bit of cover. Since no players tend to go through the shutter these days, they like to just go through river for the most part, and we're seeing them getting position right now.
Yeah, Stock and Course are going to take this one in. Looks like they're going to find the gun and the heavy, but I don't think anybody knew about it. Ghostak is going to die. Stock is going to get the sentry as well. Ed is still relatively healthy. This Uber is over. They did trade 1 for 1. They traded Ash for Ghostak. Course is going to be the next death, followed by Stock. So it looks like Edhead did a really good job of just not letting them in for free, and they were able to follow up off the entry damage that they took to try to get in.
Patty in an interesting position here, keeping an eye on the lower door. Might be able to catch out Ghostak here at any moment. He turns around to get onto pressure, but instantly gets 2-tapped by the combination of Pipe Genie and Rocket Wizard. They walk their way to the choke, and the cap is going off any moment now. Stock quickly rushes to the choke, but he's going to go down for it if he doesn't escape in time. He doesn't manage to jump out, and it looks like Corsa might even fall to it as well. He gets a little bit of a tap there, a little love tap on the booty. A little bit of pressure comes up, and he's going to be pushed back even further. The respawn Patty's coming up to the choke, and he's going to be pressuring while the rest of the back cap attempt is happening. Ash and Kryptonite are in the back lines trying to work their way through the choke as the pressure is on. Dagger is very low on HP. Ash, oh, the saw goes off. That's going to be very huge here for this disad. They managed to finish the cap on mid, but it's not going to be held for too long. Digi is all alone, going to go for a play here potentially if a anxious Corsa walks forward.
Yeah, I think 1989 is probably going to be content with just hanging out, but it looks like they want to Uber through this choke despite the fact they have 3 respawners. Stock and Course are going to take this in. They're going to get on the Dagger. Dagger's at 97, 99. He's almost got it. He dies at 99. Oh, that's so unfortunate for Headhead. Dagger was at 99% and just got disconnected for just a brief second and died. Oh, that's a heartbreaker right there. Ninja Nick is going to pick up his medigun. He picked it up a little bit late, though. He's not going to get any extra Uber. They aren't capping on the side of 1989 here. They're going to eventually get on the cap, but it looks like most of Edhead's going to get their forward. And Ninja Nick's only at about a 25% ad because he switched out the medigun.
Yeah, that might come back to haunt them. And that was so clutch on him to get that saw when he was on low HP during that back cap cutoff. And it almost paid off for them in the end, but just couldn't quite handle it. And now the pressure is on for the poor lads of Edhead, as all of this ground is being controlled by Not Interested. They've taken complete control of it, and now they're working their way in through the battlements with a sizable ad, even more than they had a moment ago. Dagger not quite keeping up with the Uber advantages, and now it's looking like a really good opportunity for them to take it in. They're setting up inside of this, but they're waiting for their players. Patty and Ash are a little bit behind. Gonna be wrapping in from main, while Stock is keeping his distance. Not really a lot going on. It's just kind of... Whoa, the cap time!
Ash just gets on the point. Nobody got on the point to contest, and Ash just caught on it and capped it out. It's gonna be a quick round for Not Interested off the back of just nobody on the side of Edhead deciding that the point was important.
Very good showing. They finally found their footing going into these lasts, and Stock is once again quickly getting a little bit of pressure on this choke Very fast bomb from Patty takes down Dagger, and a follow-up from Kryptonite will take down Vati. These soldiers are commanding this mid, and it doesn't stop, but there it is. Rocket Wizard picks up a nice, desperate frag to kill the medic. I think it's been 100%. It's been 5 soldier kills and 1 scout kill. This was an incredible showing, even though every medic died. A lot of exchanges going on. They just picked their buffs, their bombs at the right time.
Yeah, Patty and Kryptonite are going incredibly aggressive. Stock's very, very fast to mid on a lot of these, and he's getting tons of early damage to everybody on the side of Edhead and Big Door. And both the soldiers are insta-bombing Big Door. And Edhead isn't... They're kind of somewhere in the middle between committing and not committing, so they're kind of just hanging out on the floor between, like, Big Door and Elbow, and they're just getting caught there by the soldier. Kryptonite is going to find Ghost Stack in the Big Door here, so this looks like an opportunity for Not Interested to try and get in off the Uber.
They've got a couple players, and the projectile class is keeping the high ground is very important for holding
Stock
this
just
back.
pipes Dagger, though.
But that pipe that somehow went around the corner and transcended time and space to connect onto poor Dagger. A lot of pressure onto Nick, though. Almost got taken down there, but Digi did go down there. Rocket Wizard desperate to try and get something. Oh, he clips his head! A rookie mistake, and KJ Quad, who's at the choke, might have an opportunity to go for a wrap play from the Big Door. I don't think anyone is aware of it. No, they are aware of it. No, because he landed on the cap. He's trying to pull him back by capping, and that is going to pull all of the heals back, so potentially these respawns could get something set up in lobby. Maybe get a little bit of ground here. Ed dies in the back lines, and now, with full Uber in the hands of Ninja Nick and Corsa, very eager to push. Gonna walk into all these stickies, gets bodied by a couple juggled stickies, but we'll survive it for a little bit. Patty goes down, trying to get a little bit of ground in there, but then again, Dagger goes down. What is Stock doing? Is he shooting through walls?
He's just, spamming around corners, and Dagger's been surfed into it twice now. I believe that's the exact same thing that happened on 2, where he just gets bombed by a soldier, he surfs into some spam from Stock. They are 2 down on the side of Not Interested, but they looks like they want to push off the heal and Uber advantage here. Everybody's in from the shutter side. Ash is going to get on the point. Good damage. Everybody on Edhead is weak. They're dropping to the point now. Ash is going to recommit. He's going to get good damage into Vati. Ghost Stack is weak as well, trying to get some of the heal. And Kryptonite's going to come in. He's going to find 2 and just get on the point with Ash. It's going to be the second round for Not Interested.
Much more decisive round that time around. It was Edhead just Not Interested, in complete control there with keeping their advantages. And I mean, Stock, how does he find the Dagger kill every single time?
Yeah, he found it on the first mid. See if you can find it again on this mid. Stock's really aggressive, but it looks like they're rolling out choke. Edhead has decided that they don't even want to roll out Big Door. They're just going to push in from choke. Digi's going to trade out underneath with Kryptonite, and Vadi's so aggressive on the point. Just going to pipe down Ninja Nick. Everybody should ball up around Dagger here. Patty's going to bomb it. He can't find his man this time. Dagger's going to eat a little bit of spam from Stock, but it looks like it should be a mid-1 here for the side of Edhead. And it looks like Dagger, he's already out of the choke. And nice pipe from Stock. Gonna get the consolation prize of Ghost Stack, but he should go down here shortly. Vati with another huge pipe. Vati with some big pipes that minute.
He's coming through for his team, and this is looking like a very potential of a round, if that's one way to put it. But there's a lot of opportunity because the soldiers have not respawned, not quite in the loop, and so Kryptonite putting a little bit of pressure from the battlements is going to knock Vati back to the lower while Digi plays defensively, waiting for an arrow to bomb up. Oh, Corsa takes a nasty pipe there. Almost got cleaned off there, but it looks like they will survive. A lot of really tight reins on this entrances, and Ash on the sniper is trying to get some shots off, but it's not going to work. Ghost Stack finishes the cap, and they're going to be going through the lower door. There are no stickies except right in main. They're going to pop it off, catch off the demo, and then go straight to last. There is nothing that they can do here. Going to cut him off on the left side is Mr. Vati himself.
Oh,
there's
huge
some
bomb
stickies, but Ash with a fully charged shot. He's going to get 2 piped, and the Uber is ready from Ninja Nick. He's going to be able to surf his players onto the point, but it's just Corso alive, but only 4 seconds left before they can cap it off. It's going to go down, and Ninja Nick won't survive. Not even a respawn. What an incredible collapse and focus fire to close out the round before there was even a chance of the respawns coming in.
Yeah, I would say Not Interested overstayed their welcome in the Riverside, and they just got cut off by the Uber from Edhead. Ninja Nick was able to get his Uber, but the damage is already done with 4 people being dead.
We'll see who can get 4 players dead this mid, as both soldiers immediately go into the face of Digi, who gets juggled up. He's going to do a little bit of damage to Patty, who's going to rotate over for some heals. Follow-up bomb from KTB is going to get to the face of Ninja Nick, but can't quite get that last rocket off. He is very desperate to get out of this elbow, though, and Ghost Stack is slinking his way through. He's going to get eyes on Stock, and he will take him down, protecting his Demo Man Vati, but the bomb is really strong from KryptonKnight. Very low on HP. He's going to have to hope for an arrow here in the elbow. Patty's going to pick off Dagger at the choke. Quick pickup at the choke for the health pack, and then rotate over to try and catch poor unsuspecting Digi. What is happening with this fight? He's going to land really far away, take an arrow. Yeah, he survives. And Digi will make his way out as Rocket Wizard swaps in, but is going to get tapped at by both these soldiers doing a little bit of work here. KTB on his last leg. Oh, he almost surfs his escape plan speed to try and get a little bit closer, but can't pull it off. Looks like Not Interested are in control of this round.
Yeah, and with the full Uber advantage here, Not Interested should be looking to push last here shortly. I don't think they're going to opt to wait for KryptonKnight because they have the KTV pick, and yeah, they're taking the Corsa stock Uber. They're in from the Shutter side. They have the Ghost Stack Heavy to deal with in spawn along with the Ed Pyro. Ed Pyro's going to go down here shortly. The Uber's over, but there's still stickies on point, and Vadi is still pretty safe in spawn, and it looks like this should be a hold for the boys on Ed Head. Ghost Stack's getting out here. He's pretty healthy. There is some decent damage, but they're going to get healed up by Dagger, and they should be able to push here shortly with the 2 picks and their Uber advantage.
It's worked out pretty much exactly like the last impressive hold they had. Whoever plays heavy manages to just survive. It was KJ Quad. Oh man. Patty just did an incredible job wrapping his way through, but that was at the same time that Dagger shot an arrow that killed the enemy medic, so no heals on either side. It's a scrappy DM fest inside of Goalie Wash second. This is where the DM spawns need to happen, because this is the exact moment it's prepared for. We've got Digi who's waiting very patiently to try and get a little bit of damage onto Stock here, who's working his way through the main. He does go down, but it's just KJ Quad alive.
Dagger and Vadi are going to come in off the respawn, but they're not going to quite make it to point. It's going to be a 3-1 half for Not Interested.
Man, that was some scrappy fighting going on.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a bunch of players in the chat are just typing chaos over and over again, which is a pretty accurate assessment. Like, Not Interested is just, I don't want to say they're BMing, but they're going for these like really aggressive rap plays, and just when there aren't Ubers in this scenario, they're just kind of balling up and throwing their weight around, just like, yeah, you know, we have 2 soldiers at 300 HP, let's make something happen.
It's like they don't care. How could they do that?
It's almost like they're not interested. Right.
So, on the side of stats, we're looking at Corsa with 400 DPM. Sorry, that was a lie. But actually, it wasn't. I'm not even kidding. I, like, threw that number out because I'm like, yeah, let's just pretend Corsa made 400 DPM. I'm not wrong. He's at 385 DPM with 19 kills, topping the charts, and also 6 deaths. He's literally number 1 in every single stat except for captures, which goes to his partner, Ash.
Yeah, I would say I think Corsa's been doing a really good job of just, you know, throwing his using that scout speed and just sitting on heals. The other thing too is I think on the side of Ed Head, they're struggling to keep Dagger alive in a few of these scenarios. So, you know, a scout with a 185 versus players without heals is pretty strong in 2019.
And we don't even have time to look at our relevant stats. We've got a lot of frags on the side of Not Interested, no surprise. Dagger, embarrassingly, only 1 frag.
You know, sometimes those are the key frags, though. He did pick Ninja Nick. That was an arrow frag on a Ninja Nick, so.
Impact frag, as we tell Looster when he's down on his luck during a match. Meanwhile, we've got Stock, who's working his way to this choke. Is getting a little bit of pressure from Digi. Is going to get cleaned off here by KryptonKnight. It's an exchange, 1 for 1 for 1. Trying to put the damage off. Rocket Wizard, very low on HP. Can't get a little bit of help from his medic because he's just out of range, but no one knows he's low on health. If Dagger can find the opportunity, Patty, who gets picked off from lower, it's Rocket Wizard on 7 HP. He's calling out to his team, begging them, but they have no numbers. They're going to have to back out here, and it looks like KT Busy Wizard will play the sleeper mid, 7 HP below the point. Take down everyone. Looks like KryptonKnight, though, going to be dropping onto Dagger's head, but can't quite connect any rockets. Corsa also a little bit disconnected from the soldier on his own medic. It looks like they're going to be taking the fight into this area at any moment. The Uber goes off. It looks like it's a later pop for Ninja Nick and a lot more flashing for Dagger. It's going to be very tough. Corsa here desperately trying to get through this choke here. A lot of pressure coming out from Vati, but Ash, who's inside, and a follow-up bomb from Patty is going to take his own life as well as Digi. It's just Vati backing out with Dagger and Rocket Wizard on the respawn. What a swap around on all sides.
Yeah, Not Interested is on the chase here. You know, KryptonKnight's bombing in pretty deep, and it looks like Stock's going to get in on the shutter. They are going to get the forward spawns out of the side of Ed Head. He does not have stickies on the forward spawn, but it doesn't look like they're going to come out because of that single stray pipe. And yeah, the soldiers are in now. We do see even Ubers here, but all the positioning is in favor of not interested. Rocket Wizard's gonna get in and get Ninja Nick. So the even Uber scenario is no longer, as Ninja Nick is dead. Ager's gonna be building up an Uber advantage. They should opt to try and maybe stop the point here. They're gonna see Digi and Ghostak try and initiate, but they're now down 3 players. I don't think the side of Edhead, they're probably gonna back up here because of their down players, and they probably just want to play the Uber advantage.
But Stock has still got eyes from the big door. There is potential for him to catch some players out. He doesn't do it. We'll have to rotate back. Ash, though, trying to find, once again, his little sneaky snake route. He always likes to do this. He goes lower. He wraps to lobby. He waits and bides his time. The play is happening on mid. Corsa goes down as the Uber goes off. They're trying to chase through the choke. The medic is safely out of bounds. Patty goes down, and Ash is still in the back lines, trying to get a little bit of pressure onto Digi, who's alone inside of his own lobby. Oh, this is intense. Going to be a little pistol to take it down. They will get the cap on mid, so it's not looking too desperate, but they got to worry about Ash, who's still on that back lines, and Ninja Nick is at an advantage.
Yeah, Ash is just spawn camping Digi. He hasn't opted to go for a back cap here, which Gully Wash is a map that back capping is pretty prominent, as mid and 2 cap at about the same speed. Ash is going to try and back cap middle, but nobody on his team is really in a position to stop 2, so it looks like he's going to try and flank through choke. No, he's going to just try and maybe leave big door. He's just hanging out in the big door. He's not really pressuring. KTB's going to get in on the Ninja Nick once again. So off the back of that, Dagger's going to have a completely full Uber advantage. Not interested is out on 2 a little bit. Ghostak is going to die in the back lines, and Course is out on 2. He might. No, he's going to make it out through the big door. He's actually going to wrap into mid rather than opting to leave through the lower. Edhead is going to get the cap here, and they are going to get this Uber, barring a miracle play from one of the soldiers. But not interested, doesn't want to give this up.
Yeah, they got Corsa, who's playing at the choke, trying to catch out any players to force them, corral them into that corner. Corsa now getting desperate to try and kill KTB. Will lose to Ghostak in the process. So 1-for-1 exchange, kind of favorable if you're not at an Uber disadvantage. And so now here comes the Uber straight through the choke. It's in the river, straight to the point. Not going to wait for anything. This is how it's done.
Yeah, with Stock dead, there were no stickies on point. Ed recognized that and just, got everybody to back up because they feared the Uber scout and just ducktailed and turned to the point and capped it out. So it's going to be a 3-2 game. Ed had showing some signs of life here.
Yeah, it's all at the behest of the Rocket Wizard himself, who's waiting for that arrow. Going to be lined up for a bomb here right at the start. Patty, who's very high, quick to the chase. Rocket Wizard quickly onto Ninja Nick, but won't be able to hit the first rocket. Did do a good chunk to him at the first sign. And then we'll see what happens. Kryptonite picks off Dagger, and Stock goes down. Digi falls as well. It's looking favorable for potentially getting a little pressure on Nick, who didn't get the health back in time. Can't quite get the shots, though. It's just Ghostak alive. He's not going to pull another one out of his hat. He's trying to survive.
Yeah, KTB bomb Ninja Nick. Oh, he's going for it. He's 6-4 HP in a dream. He's leaving through the shutter. But no, KTV bombed Ninja Nick really early in the mid and wasn't able to find his man. And then Digi came up with the drop down, was able to get Patty and Stock, but those are the only 2 frags that Edhead was able to find. And so we are going to see Not Interested taking 2. It looks like they're gearing up to go to the riverside. Everybody's kind of just, grouping up. They're getting their heal. Looks like they maybe are rotating away now. So Caster's Curse. Oh no. Once again, they are rotating towards that.
Just stop trying to predict them.
Look, they've it's gonna be this typical Corsa stock Uber in from the shutter. They are gonna get the sentry gun here, and they're gonna get some decent damage into the Ghostak heavy, but he's getting tanked really hard. KTB is gonna be the first death. Ghostak goes down to about 50 HP, but he just gets arrowed. Ed's gonna get on the backline to get Ninja Nick and Corsa. So it's a 3v3 DM fight. Stock's gonna go down. Ash is gonna trade that one out. It's Vadi and Kryptonite versus Ash, and he's gonna go down, and it's gonna be a 4-2 game for Not Interested.
There was a lot of potential there. One pipe could have done it, sealed the deal for it, but he couldn't quite connect it this time around. He has a chance to redeem himself. This is the last half. This is his match half, or game, if they don't step up to the plate, and we'll see what they can pull together. Vati at his own choke, going to get a little bit of pressure onto Ash, immediately dunks him with a sticky, and Ninja Nick almost walks into the fray. Going to take a little bit of rollers, very low on HP. Kryptonite trying to wrap around through the elbow, going to jump into the face of the scout. KG Quad takes 2 rockets and immediately falls down. He gets a little bit of pressure onto Dagger, but he will make his way out. He's very low on health, though. He's going to have to cut off between Corsa and Dagger. That's going to be all she wrote. Ninja Nick survived. It's going to be very tough to defend this one.
Yeah, Ninja Nick went down to 18 HP on that mid. Vadi was able to hit him with a pipe. But Digi tried to bomb and follow up, but he got denied super hard by both of the scouts, and off the back of that, they kind of sold out for Ninja Nick, and they were able to find their man, so it looks like because of that, they're going to be on their own last. They are going to get the Ed, a sniper, and the Ghost Ack engineer is going to be building his gun in the little cubby, and Ed's going to be watching the riverside. Oh yeah, and so we're going to see the heavy on the side of not interested. Ash is one of the few deaths on that mid. Going to come up on the heavy. It looks like he's going to be going through main. He's hiding in the water. Yeah, but Ninja Nick drops Ed sniper. Oh man. Ed watching the riverside, and the stock course Uber is not going to come in this time. Ninja Nick's got his Uber on the floor. Course is going to die in water to the 2 soldiers of Ed had, and it looks like off the back of that, we're going to see a pretty large Uber advantage for Dagger. It looks like they're going to wait for that before pushing, though.
This is the play, though. Happening in lower right now is a conspiracy between Ash and Patty. We've got a pyro and a heavy. No one heard it. No one heard him re-queue up his Tomislav, and they're not even fully aware of it. They're going to be slowly going for it. Full health and an air blasting pyro. I don't think there's anything they can do about this. There's zero they can do about it. They're waiting so patiently, and there it is.
Oh, that's actually a really funny back cap. The heavy and pyro back cap, and Corsa got behind as well. So basically the 3-man back cap for not interested to end off the game. It was a 5-2. We saw some good signs of life out of the boys in Ed Head, but they just weren't able to keep their composure more consistently than not. Dagger was dying, and Ninja Nick was living on just slivers of HP. And then even when both medics died, there were just a few team fights that 50 to 100 health just decided the team fight, and if a couple shots had gone the other way, it could have gone Ed Head's way. But
very unfortunate. And that's one of the most, the toughest things is when it's one of those moments where it's like, if you just had one player check lower a little bit more carefully, it could have been yours for the taking. But they were just so committed to, we got to move out, we got to get out. It cost them the whole game. Because there was definitely, like you said, signs of life. They were in it to win it. Even though they were at the defense, it was a desperate attempt. They got the Ninja Nick drop, and it still didn't work out for them.
Yeah, I think even though if somebody had peeked up lower, they were going to get blasted. Ash was sitting here with the Tomislav revved up, and there's also a pyro in a very enclosed area. So I think even if like Ghost Ack or Digi had peeked that, they probably would have gotten blasted in that 2v1. They maybe would have been able to come back and stop the back cap, but again, you have a pyro able to reflect and make it so projectiles can't do damage to the 300 health heavy that's back capping.
Yeah, that's actually I love seeing it, despite it being almost, it feels like BM. Those are the kind of strats that really like, whew, feel good. You know what I'm saying? It's all about capping last, and you can do it in a lot of interesting ways. We saw for the first time, you know, those double spy back caps in Copenhagen on Badlands last. Solid decloak play. These kind of things, these shenanigans, are actually really entertaining to like theorycraft and execute.
Yeah, and I think Gully Wash is one of the better maps to off class on. I believe it was RGB2. Bear played for Blank Esports. I believe he was one of their scouts at that tournament. And he played, this was when Pyro was still super broken, but he basically played full-time Pyro every time they played Gully Wash, and it was very difficult to deal with. So Pyro's a fairly viable, and even before that, you saw players like Grape and Mela run it fairly frequently in comparison to other maps, so Gully Wash showing its off-class friendliness.
In other news, Corsa maintains his 400 DPM in the second half, almost to a T.
Yeah, and he keeps up his phenomenal KD as well, finishing up the game 30 and 10. Not quite top of the stats this time. Ash beats him in assists at 13 compared to Corsa's 12, but...
And he even ties with Ninja Nick in points, flat out points in the server. So yeah, for the most part, he was on top of the team, on top of the game. And it's pretty easy, like you said, when you have that 185 full-time heals, going 1v2, 1v3, nothing they can do.
Yeah, and on the side of Edhead, I think everybody has about exactly what you'd expect for their stats. They did lose, so none of the stats are quite amazing, but most of their stats are close to even. I would say the big standout one is Ed at 15 frags. I think he did a pretty good job that game of finding frags when it was really necessary, and Digi as well. He went 18 and 20. Despite the fact that his team lost, he still came up big in a lot of these team fights. In a lot of the scenarios that Patty was finding 1 or 2 kills, Digi was doing the same thing in the back line, so both of the roamers having really good games.
Anything else you see worthy of mention? Something that stands out to you from this match, despite being a 5-2? It felt close, despite being a half roll. You know what I'm saying? Like a little croissant, little crescent roll.
Yeah, like I said earlier, like there was a lot of team fights that ended with 1 or 2 players alive that were anywhere in the realm of 50 to 100 HP. So one pipe or a couple of spam rockets could have
Yeah,
decided a team
exactly.
fight. So even though it was 5-2, like I said, there was a lot of scenarios where Ed Head was just that close to winning a team fight, just barely losing out the DM fight. And I think Corsa's stats kind of showed that he was the difference maker in that match.
Hmm. So not interested. Pulling it back. What's their score line now?
I think they're 6-6 now.
Correct.
They are. They are at 5th. They retake their spot at 5th because they were behind Space Pirates because Space Pirates had 6 wins, but now that Nondstrid has won this match, they are at 6 again.
Yeah, they need to pull wins against Cafe Monster and Ford Gaming to even remotely have a chance of closing that gap for the top 4 spot for playoffs. And with only, what, 2 weeks left, it's going to be very limited opportunities for that. But we will be capturing it all live here at Team Fortress TV, signing off this season of ESEA for a wonderful service it's been, paid service it's been. And yeah, I think that's all we've got. You got any shout outs? I know we've got one shout out for tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out the boys at Dunk Masters, and also shout out to everybody who's attending RGB Land this upcoming weekend. See you at, boys.
And also, if you're ready for the hottest action of the season, it's going to be the Ascent Froyotech rematch weeks before playoffs. Ascent currently maintaining their 12-0 lead versus Froyotech's 12-1. They will be heading it off tomorrow. And I know you guys are excited for that. I'm excited for that. I didn't even know Froyotech had lost earlier this season, and I felt out of the loop. And now I'm excited because I want to see it happen again in real time, and I know you do too. So be sure to join us tomorrow for that exciting thing. And if you're on YouTube, I'm sorry, you're going to have to watch it before you watch this one, because why are you watching this one?
Go
Right?
watch the Grud match.
Yeah, go watch Ascent Froyotech if you have somehow managed to watch this on YouTube all the way to the end.
Maybe
gonna
they're
be a
catching
hot one.
the fresh VOD uploads, you know? Maybe they're watching it on
Yeah,
Twitch or
that too.